Marvel's Avengers has disassembled. Marvel's Avengers is a 2020 action-adventure brawler game developed by Crystal Dynamics and published by Square Enix Europe. Based on the Marvel Comics superhero team The Avengers, the game is mainly inspired by the Marvel Cinematic Universe's iteration of the group. Additionally, it incorporates elements from the team's comic book. The plot follows Inhuman teenager Kamala Khan, who gains superpowers during A-Day, a celebratory day for the Avengers, which ends in tragedy following a terrorist attack. Blamed for the disaster, the Avengers disband and allow Science Corporation A.I.M. to take their place. 5 years later, when A.I.M. threatens to eliminate all Inhuman individuals, Kamala embarks on a quest to reassemble the Avengers to combat this new enemy. According to sources at Crystal Dynamics, the announcement that Avengers is ceasing development could come as early as next week. Their exit strategy includes a series of changes to the game's various systems, namely a removal of artificial time gating and an overhaul to the available cosmetic microtransactions. Outside of these changes and any subsequent bug fixes, the final regularly scheduled update is an upgrade to player traversal. Marvel's Avengers had a wealth of content in various stages of development that will ultimately not see release. These include Patrol Mode, a free-roaming mode set in the game's largest map that would see players accepting boss bounties to challenge the title's antagonists in unique encounters, among other smaller objectives. This update would have come alongside join-in-progress functionality, allowing players to drop in and out of fire teams without interrupting gameplay, a working prototype of which I'm told was in testing last summer. A clash with the famous Marvel villain Ultron was also in the cards, with work dating as far back as early development, where he was once the narrative's primary antagonist. This boss fight would see the friendly NPC robot Roig possessed by a sentient corrupt AI, with players having to set up beacons in order to extract and trap the foreign consciousness. Several characters were in the pipeline as well, including She-Hulk and Captain Marvel. These two were part of an earlier internal content release schedule that was updated under Wagner's leadership to include heroes like Jane Foster, Shuri, and Ironheart, which could be accomplished on a lower budget by repurposing existing assets. Following the initial release of the game, Crystal Dynamics developed several free downloadable content, DLC, packs adding new playable characters and missions that continue the game's story. In June 2020, the first of these expansions was revealed to focus on Hawkeye, Clint Barton. Later, in August, Spider-Man was announced as the second playable DLC character, exclusively to PlayStation. Crystal Dynamics studio head Scott Amos stated the exclusivity of Spider-Man came from Marvel and Sony's existing partnership, and clarified that he was meant to be the only console-exclusive character. On September 1, the third announced playable DLC character was Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. Kate's expansion, titled Operation Kate Bishop Taking A.I.M., was the first one to be released on December 8, after being delayed from its planned October release. The second expansion, Operation Hawkeye Future Imperfect, which patches Clint Barton as a playable character, was released on March 18, 2021. The third expansion, Operation Black Panther War for Wakanda, which added Black Panther to the game, was released on August 17, 2021. Hero Event Spider-Man with Great Power was released on November 30, 2021. Hero Event The Mighty Thor was released on June 28, 2022, which adds Jane Foster version of Thor. Hero Event Winter Soldier was released on November 29, 2022. On January 20, 2023, Crystal Dynamics announced that all official support for Marvel's Avengers would end on September 30.